guys, I'm Stephanie with pdq.com. Last video, we introduced SQL statements with a select from query. We're saying select what the data that we're pulling from a certain table. Today we're going to go a little bit further and we're going to throw an alias in there. And we're going to actually write our same select statement out again. So if we remember from our last video, by the way, all of these queries will be included in our video content, so you can copy and paste them into your own window while you work as well. So we paste our last query from our last video here. We selected 4 columns, specific columns from our computers table. So if we start that from scratch again, we're going to paste that back in here. But say we want the computer ID and we want to keep that column the same name. But say instead of name, we want the name column in our computers table to be called computer name. Just a little bit different, but we also want computer and name to have a space in between it. We can always rename any column to what we want, and that's called aliasing it. So we're going to give the name column an alias. So if we go in here and we say, okay, I want this to select the computer ID, the name, the operating system name, and if they're online, we want to say name as, and whatever we want to name it. So since we are going to name it computer with a space name, we throw this alias into a single bracket. In SQLite Maestro or Inventory, I believe you are able to use a single or a double bracket, but depending on what text editor you use, it might be a little bit different. For this case, we are going to use a single bracket. So instead of seeing computer ID and name in our result set, we will see computer ID, computer name, OS name, and is online. And when we go ahead and execute this query, and just for a little bit more of a visual, we see right here with the first query that it says name. When we run this one and execute, it now says computer name. And it doesn't include those single brackets. It just puts it there inside those single brackets to tell it, hey, we're no longer calling this name. We're calling it computer name. So since we see how to alias in SQLite Maestro, let's go ahead and drop this into PDQ Inventory just to give you an actual example of our product here. And I do believe I already have this report saved. Let's go back into here. It is saved with the same exact query in the single brackets. We run the report and the results render the same from the text editor to PDQ Inventory here. You do see that it is no longer called name. It is now called computer name. So thanks everyone. I'm Stephanie with pdq.com. Stay tuned for further SQL videos.